Happy today. I am William Brown from IamWilliamBrown.com. This is Happy Today morning um, reflections. And I just realized there's a door open and I can hear some things that are happening. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk away for a moment. So it bother me. Now you can see how my mind works, right? So, um, again, happy today. Um, just good. I got a good night's sleep, and I'm ready to go. Ready to go. Ready to, take on the day, be present for today. Mm, to really look at the abundance of my life. So the first card is I am purpose. It's like one of those things that I am going to be doing. You are kind. And before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Jeremiah 1:5. So, yeah, the word today on One Word Conversations is values. Um, this is the second time that, well, it's not really the second time. It's the second time on One Word Conversations during the weekdays that I have two people that are going to be speaking. I have a husband and wife, I guess, team partnership that is going to be on the show today. So that is great. My biggest concern about having two people, having people on, having a conversation. It's like, I don't know if you've ever been at a party or a networking event or something, and you have three people gathered around talking, and it's like, it's like sometimes it's like, who goes next, type of thing. So, um, I mean, but I think they're lovely people. I've met the Alex as a part of Good Life Project, so that was my connection to her, and so yeah, there's I heard them recently on the Good Life Project podcast, talking about their new book. Can't remember the title, but I know the subtitle was like something about hard conversations. And there was something within that conversation that I wanted to reach out to them and reach out to her actually, and to have them on my show. And so I'm glad she said yes. I the the other thing that's coming up for me today, as I look at, I am purpose, I am kind, and the recognition that before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, is that I have been having amazing conversations with people from all over the world, not just on my show, but with a networking app. Good morning. A networking app called Lunch Club, and I can put it in the comments later. But there is there's a platform that basically just have your 45-minute, um, up to 45 minute meetings or something. And it can be business meetings, or it can be just meeting interesting people and just seeing what other people are up to. I mean, there has been um, a lot of people that I've talked to that um, really created a space for me to just be myself. Um, you know how sometimes, I don't know if you're like this, but sometimes I'm like this, that when I'm around someone for the first time, it's like, okay, you're just gonna, I'm gonna just try being myself here. If they like it, great. If not, I'll never see you again. Type of thing. And I'm trying to understand that dynamic and what that's all about. Um, but I've recognized that there has been more moments that I can just show up, that has made a difference for within those conversations, and so that's been great. Uh, I noticed something about myself the other yesterday. I was at a celebration of 600 networking events. I think over like 13 years, I think it is. With in our area, there's a Tech After Five. Phil Yanoff um, is I guess, the ringleader of that, and he went as he went into break rooms, and there was a couple times that I was the youngest, so I had to. The youngest was like in charge to facilitate what happens. And so many times in networking meetings like that, I don't facilitate anything. I just kind of, hide on the outskirts and kind of do some things. And I don't know if it's just me, getting used to, these conversations that we're having in the morning, or my shows. One of my shows, working on putting on a not a one sheet, an ad to all the different shows. I'm like turning into a little network down. Um, but yeah, there's this level of confidence. And I've talked before about self-confidence. Self-confidence really isn't, something that you put on. It's something that you develop. The more that you know about yourself, the more that you're confident about who's going to show up in a situation. And so I have reached this level of confidence that if someone asks me to speak, or someone asks me to facilitate, if someone asks me to, um, I don't know, give my opinion, I can um, take a moment, take a breath, and do it. And there's like no big question that, it's, before I would be concerned if I would say the right thing, or if I would say something that of value or something. And it's not like I don't care if I add value. Um, I think I don't care if I don't add value, if that makes sense. So yeah, so there's this level of confidence that's showing up. There's a lot of things happening within the Facebook algorithms, that there was less people able to see, my videos. I've had someone said there was some marketing person. I can't remember. I listened to so many. I'm sorry. I hear so many. There's a lot that I don't listen to. I think when you listen to something, my definition, when I listen to something, it is something that then I change an activity around it. But if I hear something, it just, noise, right? So, I've been hearing a lot of different marketing things, but the one thing around doing some consistent videos or posting, if you don't have the level of engagement, to let them know that your stuff is popular, they won't show it as much. And so, and there's another thing that because I am using StreamYard instead of going live just from Facebook, just going, clicking a button and going live on one page at a time. Facebook gives because that's a native to Facebook, they give that a little more love, as they say. Um, so yeah, I really need, um, people to share, like, and do all those things to kind of get. I don't want to say get my numbers up, but to expand the thing. I realize that there is a couple of things that I need to do this morning. I need to um, uh, advertise my show for tonight of healing conversations. Healing conversations. We have a conversation around healing, healing through relationships. Healing through relationships. That's an interesting conversation. There's a couple of things that came up before the conversation that created a space for the conversation. The conversation before the conversation. So yeah, so I'll be advertising that, getting that out. There is a number of things that are showing up that way. I'm really excited about where I am. I just the song. There's a song. Pointer Sisters song. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. Um, the challenge with me is I'm so excited and I choose to hide it, right? Right, So I don't know what that's all about, right? So I need to embody the um, Pointer Sisters song that I'm so excited and I just can't hide it, or I won't hide it. And maybe see if I could show up differently. I love the feeling of peace, of I don't want to say contentment. I don't know if that's what it is, um, because it causes me to not just go be so anxious about my day or things, but I do really want to take that energy, take this energy, take this, I guess, positivity, and show up, for my days, show up in activities, show up in seeing results, and everything like that. So, yeah, um, hmm, I don't know where I went there just for a moment, but yeah, there is um, there is a recognition that I am purpose, but there's a recognition that when I don't show up fully, I can show up. There's a lot of people that say that they commend me for my daily commitment to not just this show, but one word conversations. Um, but in some cases, it still feels like, I don't know if you show up and hide. Show up and hide. Um, there was one thing when I would do networking events, I would try to get credit for being there, so I'm seen and then I'm not seen, because I really don't engage people on a meaningful level. And so how can I not be overwhelmed with all the content that I have, that I'm creating, the ways that I'm showing up of value, and still not hide. Hmm. I think the "you are kind," um, how it's shown up for me today is that um, there's an invitation for me to be kind to myself, or for you to be kind to yourself. Um, I It's, I was going to say, my weight has gotten away from me, so I need to be kind to myself about the weight that I've gained over the last couple months. Um, and I just looked at my activities yesterday. Um, I just did a quick audit. I spent a lot of time sitting down. I spent a lot of time really, not moving. So there is an element of I am not surprised that weight has come along with me on the journey. So yeah, I am. There's a couple of things that I've put on my calendar. Um, my mentor, on her show yesterday. I don't know if it was her or Brian that said that you should schedule half of your day as an entrepreneur, as a solopreneur. Um, the So it gives you flexibility to kind of do some other things. But my schedule has been full. So I've been like honoring all these things. So really find some ways to schedule in some movement. So if I am so committed to my schedule, my relationship to my schedule, that also comes up in my healing conversation tonight at 7. If I am so committed to that, I I can schedule myself some movement, um, and so I can go from there. So yeah, so yeah, so be kind to yourself. Be kind. The invitation to be kind, not just to others. It's easy for me. It's very easy to be kind to others, and I recognize of the ease that I have. It's like I've been getting conditioned to be kind to others. I have to learn to be kind to myself. Isn't that interesting? I don't know if that's the same way that it shows up for you, but it shows up for me that way. It is easy for me to be kind to other people, and I have to work hard to be kind to myself. I have to learn. Hmm. The oh, all week long behind the scenes, I think I've been saying it on this show, but I haven't been saying it on the other show. Oh, I've been saying that I will be celebrating my 200 or over 200 episodes tomorrow with Tiani. And I have done nothing to announce that, to broadcast that, to schedule that, to all that other kind of stuff, to do all that kind of thing. So that's funny. Um, Starting Monday, I think I'm just going to go live with it. But I am honored to, I announced that I'm been nominated for Man of the Year um, for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So I am just so honored to that. And so what I've decided to do is to have stories, to share stories. So if you've had that in your journey, a cancer story in your journey, I would love spotlight you, spotlight your story. If you've had a family member, or something, I would love for you to do that. So I do my first story spotlight on Monday. So I'm excited about that. So I'll be showing that, up, and kind of going from there. I think that's maybe it'll be 2 o'clock on Monday. I think that's what we agreed to. That she made herself available, Julia. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. So there's a celebration to tomorrow. We kind of celebrate and kind of acknowledge it and kind of do that. I'm going to do some offerings to kind of, I guess, sell some more books and make some more offers around that. Maybe put some coaching conversations around that celebration too, and just go from there. The one thing that I will say that I haven't reconciled this within myself, so I don't know how it's going to show up. I have an open invitation to a lot of people in my tribe, in my Good Life Project tribe, and so I'm going to put that invitation out again, because my December calendar isn't full. So there's a lot of holes. And the way that I do my broadcast now is that I am not downloading a lot of my videos because I'm just running them at the same time. I mean, this is behind the, how sausages are made conversation type of thing. So it is, here's the reality. So what I used to do is I used to broadcast live the Facebook show at 11, and I would rebroadcast our premiere live on YouTube at 1 for no reason, because that's just what I did. And so because I had to do that, I had to download it and then upload it to YouTube and kind of go from there. However, now that I do them both at 11, I don't have to do that download. I just saved myself maybe 10 minutes of work, so I can just kind of do some other things, because I've been doing a lot of meetings at 12 o'clock. So I wouldn't finish, if depending on everything, I wouldn't finish that process until closer to 12:30, quarter after 12. Good morning. I hope all of the activities, Melissa, that you had yesterday, that you were able to be productive and be out of that, to show up for today. There was a missing of Melissa today, this morning, but I'm glad you have shown up. So there's that activity. So because there's a number of holes in my schedule, not scheduled things. I mean, there's a lot of great, sparse, maybe three out of the 6 days of the week are scheduled. And there's a part of me that I could easily just do one-word conversations, just do solo shows, like this. I just don't want to do that. I think the desire for me to have a guest and kind of schedule it and just show up for it is more. I think that's the value of it. There is, I also have an idea to have, a panel, to have, maybe have some returning guests, kind of reflect on their words, and have like 3 words, 3 words, 3 different people on the show at the same time. And I think that would be fun, and just kind of do that. But I have to send that invitation out, and I have to get to respond to that, and then I have to schedule that. So, yeah, there's a part of the scheduling of one word conversation that I just don't want to get in the weeds to it. It was my desire, and Ben, my dear friend that passed in this summer, he told me I need to get my crew together, my squad, and I'm still in November without my squad. Um, so this is like a one-man show. So I don't want to say it's taken a toll on me, but there is definitely, I am mindful of what it takes to do, sometimes upwards of 4 different shows a week, you know. So yeah, we reached the time. I didn't realize that my ramblings took us over the 26-minute mark. So as this day continues, it is my prayer that we acknowledge our purpose, that we recognize and we be kind to ourselves and extend that kindness to others, and that we embrace that before the foundations of the world, that there was a you, and you were known. We explore our values for today, because within our values, our actions show up. If we can live our values, I've noticed that most of the times, our values don't come up until we are confronted by them. Someone violates our values, and then we kind of share our values. But the more that we're able to not only share our values, but to live our values, then people will see us, then we'll be seen. So, yeah, so I bring the fears and the disappointments of my past. It's kind of, and I don't know where I went right there. And they acknowledge the hopes and the anxiety of my future. I get present to that with a prayer, in a prayer, that you are happy today, however that shows up for you. Blessings, my friend. I see you at 11 a.m. as we talk about values.